Hello everyone. Okay, so I had to use this because I was just so excited when I made it. I had to put it in a project and I came up with one. I haven't actually done it. I've got the idea of what I want to do with it and I'm just going to do it right now with you guys. So bear with me. Any mistakes I make or if it comes out really horrible, it's because I actually haven't test driven this card yet. So I don't know how good or how bad it's going to come out, but I figured I'd give it a shot with you guys. I have the idea and let's get started. I took a piece of basic black cardstock and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And I took a piece of strawberry slush DSP from the In Color DSP paper stack, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And this will just go on the base of the card. Alright, now I also took just 3 little sheets of regular notebook paper and I cut it down to 2.5 inches by 4 inches, and then I went in 1/2 inch and drew a line, a straight line, and I used my real red Stampin' Write marker only because I don't have the In Color markers just yet. I just placed an order for them, so they'll be coming in on Tuesday, but I don't have it yet, so I figured I'd use the real red instead. And if I'd have thought about it much before I actually drew the line, I probably would have just gone ahead and used the Raspberry Ripple Stampin' Write marker, but I just went with that for now. And then I punched 3 little holes at 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, and 2 inches here. And I did that using the smaller hole of my Crocodile. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to freehand write it, and my handwriting is really horrible, but we're just going to get over that. Again, I don't have my Stampin' Write markers for the In Color, for this year's In Color, so I'm using last year's In Color Raspberry Ripple, and I'm just going to freehand write to-do list at the top of this. To-do list. Put a little underline. That way it just makes it look a little bit more special. Let's bring this in a little bit. And that's probably going to get blocked a little bit by the paperclip bow, but we'll survive. Okay, so I'm using an assortment of stamps. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to say time for a break, and this comes from the Road to Happiness set. I'm using 2 stamps from this set. I'm going to use the Time for a Break and the Hit the Road and Celebrate stamp. And I'm just going to ink those up in Strawberry Slush. Cute. Alright, I'm going to take the Hit the Road and Celebrate. I'm actually not going to use the Celebrate part because I'm going to use the Celebrate in a moment from another stamp. So I'm just going to mask it, and I'm just going to cover the word Celebrate with a piece of tape. I'm actually going to ink it up off to the edge so that I make less of a mess. And remove that tape. And I'm going to stamp that down right here. Then I'm going to use the Celebrate stamp from the Best of Birthdays stamp set. Cute! And because my paper clip is black, I'm going to incorporate some black into this, and I'm going to use the pair of scissors, see that, from the A Fitting Occasion stamp set. And I'm also going to use the coffee cup from that as well. The reason I'm using the scissors is because this is kind of like an office card. This is, you know, you could give this to, if you are a boss, you could give it to an employee. If you have a female boss, you could give it to her. If you're an employee, you could give it to a coworker. So I'm going to put the scissors down here. Then I'm going to use the coffee cup and get up in the black. I'm trying to keep that heart off out of the ink. I'm going to have to rub that ink off that heart. and color the heart in with the Raspberry Ripple. So I'm going to adhere these two pieces down. I'm going to use my scallop trim border punch, and I'm just going to scallop trim the right side of that strawberry slush piece. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just adhere these two pieces together. Okay. And I'm going to paper clip these sheets together. So like I said, there are just 3 sheets that I cut down to 2.5 by 4 inches. Just like that. You can do more or less. You can do 1, whatever you feel like doing. Okay, I'm going to paper clip this together. I'm just going to position it where I want it, because I feel like everything needs to be a little bit more girly. I'm just going to try this. I don't know how great it'll come out, but I'm going to give it a shot. So every other little scallop, I'm going to put a basic pearl this size in it. Just because I can. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I don't have anything for the inside just yet, but this is what I came up with. It was just kind of on the fly what I thought about.